Good afternoon. It's me, Wolfgang. I'm not going to say 1305, so I'm just going to make it just say Wolfgang. So, obvious there's been a lot of protests in different parts of the United States about free Hamas and plus on college campuses, different college campuses. So, um, to me, I feel as though we shouldn't even fucking support your fucking terrorist and fucking attack. You fucking idiots disrupting American people's um, education, blocking the roads for free your fucking country. Why don't you go back to your country and take all that noise back to your country? You know who I really support? I support the brothers and sisters who had actually um, been in the military. I don't care what branch they're in. I support all branches because I have friends and family that were in the military, and I support each and one of them. And I salute every armed branch person. I also have lanyards that I have been collecting because I support every armed branch. I don't care what branch you in. Thank you for serving. Right here, the National Guards, thank you for serving. Right here, Go Army, thank you for serving. Right here, Navy, thank you for serving. And, hoorah, thank you for serving. The Marines, I believe, also have, um, you know, the, the Air Force, Air National Guards. Yep, Air National Guards, right here. Thank you for serving. And I don't have a, well, I don't have, well, I consider, leave a comment if I'm right or wrong. The Air Force. I need an Air Force. I know they're part of the Air Force, but I need an Air Force. If the Air Force recruiters have like lanyards just saying Air Force only, I need one. And if you could tell me where could I get one at a recruiter station or place, that'd be great. Also, see this hat right here? Yeah, the second one is for my girlfriend. This is the red and silver American and blue American hat. It's right here, the American flag. Right here. Oh, one more other thing. Red, white, and blue. All 50 states. The American flag. Right here. So you want to disrupt America, people, by blocking traffic and saying free Hamas and on disrupting other people's education? Well, excuse me. It's hot in my room. I got my fan going. I am not too very happy. Why don't you take all that noise back to your country? Oh, I forgot. Your country could destroy you and your whole family. Ah, not our problem. Our problem is if we gotta take care of the American people first. I have got a. I'm going back to this whole protest. this terrorist protests on college campuses and blocking streets and stuff in different states. So let me tell you what happened with me. So somebody posted a video, and I got a kind of like a warning from YouTube, and the warning was that I said something in a hate speech about these two women who was part of the Alphabet Group people. But in the video, they came up to these people. It was some friends. They were celebrating their friend's birthday party, and these women came up to these guys, and I followed everybody else. The other people left the comments. Sorry, I was just looking out the window because there was a food truck driving by. And so in the video, these women, they approach these guys, a group of people. So with this whole new sorry, excuse me for that. With this whole new group of Alphabet people, you guys ain't fucking special. You guys trying to lump your issues over in California. I just watched a video. The Alphabet people want to lump in California they call it people of color, black and brown people, meaning that black people and lighter, black people, just black people in general. All right, let's get one thing straight. We're not together. Do not put your issues with us. We got our own issues. You're not part of the black community. Yeah, you might have majority of black people and you're part of your Alphabet demonic group, but we're not all the same. You guys are the ones who out there going into having one of your transgender men going into a women's personal space, the locker rooms. That's what I'm talking about. Women, this is your fight. Us guys will support you 100%, but you guys have to do stronger and better. You know what you guys can actually really do? Don't play no sports. Yeah, that might sound stupid, but show up, don't participate. That's to be a better way of putting it. Just show up, don't participate. Don't do no track and field, don't do nothing. Just don't participate until you get that person off of the team. That's what you guys need to do. And as for these sick fucking parents who go out there and dress their little boy, probably like 6 or 7 or 8, as a little girl, and bring that little child to a drag queen show and make that child perform in front of all male adults to a drag queen show. You know, back in the day, back in 1980, in the 90s, that would be considered child abuse. Yeah, that would be considered child abuse in the 80s and the 90s. Because you're bringing, those parents is bringing their child to a drag queen show. Are you serious right now? A homeless person walked by my window. Well, he was on the city sidewalk. Are you kidding me right now? That would be considered child abuse in the 80s and the 90s. Now let's speak about in the 1980s. So anyway, I got this warning from YouTube, and was it YouTube? Yeah, it was YouTube. And because of freedom of speech, I have freedom of speech and everybody else, it was considered, I said something along the way, I can't remember on the top of my head because it's hot and it's like it's been a scorching hot summer days across the U.S. And I've been drinking a lot of fluids like water, juice, and eating a lot of fruit as well to keep hydrated. And the problem is that you guys ain't fucking special. Stop asking for this. Stop asking for that. You fucking liberals and Democrats and wokeness are so evil. It's pathetic. You know what? Who I would love to go to, like, Washington D.C., to Congress. I would like to shake hands with Ted Cruz and I think it's, what's his name? Matt Haley, Hockley, whatever his name. Congress. There's 3 people. What is his name? I know he's not part of the Kennedy family. I like to shake his hand, and Ted Cruz, and the other guy. I think his name is Matt Hawley, whatever his name is. Begins with, there's a W in there. I would like to shake those guys' hands and just say, you guys are really great. I like watching you guys because you guys tell it like it is, and you guys don't hold nothing back, and you guys are wonderful to watch. You guys put these people in their place. You actually check these people and put them in their place. Especially that judge that says, "Oh, I put my ideology first," and you put this judge on blast in front of everybody on national television. I really appreciate that a lot because you guys tell it like it is, and you guys don't hold nothing back. You guys have no filters. You guys are just great, powerful men. I would like to come to DC, to Congress, and just sit there and just record you guys, and then you guys have your meetings and just be like, yes, I've been waiting for this. I've been wanting to meet you guys. You guys are wonderful. You guys are very powerful people who put these sick individual wokeness and Democrat liberal people in their place. It's about time. Yeah, I really do. I thank you guys for that, and I would, in fact, I would not like to go, but I would like to be invited. If you guys know how I can just get invited or to the White House just to go there to visit. Back in the day, yeah, back in the 80s, in the 90s, yeah, 80s and 90s, I think you had to talk to somebody over in DC or something like that to get invited just to go on a tour. I don't want to go on a tour or anything. I just want to sit in Congress. I just want to shake these guys' hand and just say, thank you for putting these people in their place. They need to be checked. Thank you. Just 3 people. I just want to shake their hands and just say, hey, thank you, man. You guys are wonderful. So on and so forth. Now, let's talk about the black community. I never heard so much racism from the black community. I never, like, it's horrible. It's like, every time I watch, like, somebody's content, and you know, it's like, I hear, like, bad things. I'm like, oh, white people this, white people that. No. I just saw on someone's YouTube that you just looted a store. Back in 1980s, that would never fly. Are you kidding me? I was gonna go interview some retired cops, and where I used to live in another town, a big city, should I say? Right now, it's a big city, and it got mad money. Trust me, the town gets mad money. Back in the 80s, in the neighborhood that I lived in a big neighborhood, there was no cops. Everybody got along with each other. Back in the 1980s, depending on every state's different, but I'm going to say my state, people in the counties and all that, but we had called, it was called the Golden Apple Pie. Sorry about that. The Golden Apple Pie was for people who wanted to succeed in life. It was more of white and black working side by side, even though we didn't get along with each other, but we all knew to go shopping. We were in the supermarkets with white people and black people. People were just going about their daily life. In 1980, in the 1980, we had what you call education, where teachers gave a fuck about education. Teachers did not give up on kids. Teachers were there to teach kids about things in the school, like education, world history, math, science, reading. We had books in the school system. There was none of this explicit wokeness books in the school system. Wasn't. That was never allowed. That would never come near the school. That would never go on the school property. That would never go on the school's doorsteps. None of that whatsoever. Nope. Never. There was boys had their safe space. Girls had their safe space. It was called gym class. Girls had their locker room. Boys had their locker room. Boys had their bathroom. Girls had their bathroom. Women had their safe space. It's called the restroom. When out in public, it's called the restroom. Men also had the same thing, restrooms. Now, we are fast forward, and I'm going to come back. Why should... You know what? I got a better way. No, we're not following your fucking little games. We're not playing it. This is America. We're not going to be playing your little wokeness game. This is freedom of speech. Your pronouns don't mean nothing to me or anybody else. I'm going to get a shirt that I seen on Amazon, and I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to wear it. And I don't care. Your pronouns don't mean nothing. I don't care if you could try to cancel me. Good luck with that. Good luck, because this is America. Pull that shit over in the Middle East and see what's going to happen. Yeah, the Middle East doesn't play, but you guys want. The problem is that it's not our problem. You invaded a woman's locker room. You dress your little boy up as a little girl. You parents are sick. You parents are the reason why your kid got killed. Off himself, should I say. You know why there's bullies in school? Because parents like you who dress your child up, a little boy, your little boy gets bullied at school because of you did that. You did that. You did that to your own child. And you see why there's problems in school. Your kid gets picked on. Your teenage son gets picked on because your son decides to go out and buy teenage girls' clothes and gets picked on. And you guys want the whole school, from elementary to junior high to high school to accept that nonsense? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I should watch this religiously. And this content creator hasn't made no videos. These parents that go to these school board meetings and say, hey, we find explicit books in our son's library. Excuse me. And to me, I think that these parents, all parents, don't go to these school board meetings. They're involved with the alphabet people. They don't care about your kid's safety. They don't care about your kid's education. All they're there for is just nothing but a paycheck. Oh, by the way, this flag I'm about to show you. This flag. Whoops. See this flag right here? A lot of brothers and sisters had died and fought for this flag. This flag should only be in the classrooms. This flag should be the only flag that should be outside at every school. There should not be no other flag. There should not be no alphabet flag. This flag is only meant for people of American citizens. High school, junior high, elementary school. This flag should be the only flag be outside on that flagpole, not the alphabet flag. Sorry for that, but I will fold it. I have over there, besides my NASCAR flag, I actually found that, believe it or not. I used to like what's his name? Jeff Gordon, I think that's his name. I was going to say Flash Gordon, but I was like, no, that's not his name. It's Jeff Gordon. Yeah, I like Jeff Gordon. I used to have a poster of his car when I was a teenager. Never met the man, but I've been to like all over the racetrack, and also inside the skybox. I've been inside the pit area, the middle of the track and I've been all over RV country as well too. That's part of the track, so I'm familiarized with that whole tower racetrack. Yeah, and also to the black community, I was trying to say earlier, I'm sorry, that we don't need a black national anthem. Are you kidding me? I saw that and I was disgusted. I was like, are you serious? I saw that during like the Super Bowl and I was so disgusted that who came up with this idea? I don't like it. Don't put me in something that I don't like. Why do we need a black national anthem? Why? There's other black people, other content creators that don't think that we need a black national anthem. We don't. It's bad enough that the national anthem is the most hardest song to sing. It really is. All these celebrities, they put a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the national anthem. But when they go way, way, way up there, it's like, are you serious? Just sing the national anthem. I know it's the most hardest song to sing, but don't add stuff to it. Oh my God. We don't need no black national anthem. Get that noise out of here. in the 1980s. This is to the black community, like I was saying earlier. Then I'm coming back to the fucking terrorist people. You guys make me sick to my stomach. Go back to your country and bring all that noise. Say, you want to free Hamas? Go back to your country and then do all that. Don't bring that noise and start blocking traffic. So anyway, let me get back to this. In 1980, the reason why I wanted to talk to retired cops, because in the 1980, in my old neighborhood, in my old town, there was no shootings. There was no, well, in my neighborhood, everybody knew each other. So we all went to school together. We all knew each other. So we were just, a whole big neighborhood looked out for each other. If you did wrong, you handled it like the adult. You handled it like a kid. But there was no cops. Cops were never involved. There was no cops. If you did something, cops were never involved. In the 1980s, cops didn't do. Cops do not like doing paperwork. You handle it like an adult, call it a day, walk away, and it's done. There's no paperwork, no one pressing charges, none of that. It makes the cop's job much easier. Cops would even tell you, why'd you make me do paperwork? You guys know better that you're not supposed to let us do paperwork. We're not really cops. We actually made cops' jobs much better and much easier. Cops didn't bother us. If you bothered someone, cops ain't gonna do anything. Like, why are you bothering me for? Cops, like right now during a hot heat, cops did not want to be bothered. Just like everybody else. They don't want to be bothered. They just want to relax, chill with the AC. They don't want to be bothered. There's going to be a part 2 of this video. So I'm still trying to say what I'm going to say. In the 1980s, we did things as kids. We went on adventures. Out during the summer, we had a great time. We went on adventures, and we went riding our bikes. We went swimming, and we played sports like basketball, flag football. We even played tag, and we played hide and go seek, jump rope. We built bike ramps. We had skateboard ramps, and we had so much fun in the 1980s. And you guys have no idea. You guys sitting there. Yeah, I got electronics, so I'm not gonna say anything. So I'm gonna I have a bike, so I'm out right now. I gotta wait for a new charger to charge up my bike. So I haven't been playing a lot of video games because I just don't. I mean, I can, but if I want to, but I have come to terms that nice days like this outside, I really don't want to be inside and playing video games. I want to be out there. I mean, like today, I just want to relax because it's bloody hot out there, and I ride my bike at night. Plus, I'm charging up my charger. My battery with a faulty charger that I got along with my bike. And I told the guy that, it's going to fray. So we had so I sent him a message, and he had an extra one. And I am sorry. I'm just upset how this world is running. You guys put an old president who crapped himself on national television in front of everybody. Seriously? Seriously? What president does that? Crapped himself in front of everybody, including his family, in front of everybody. You know, when I remember my last video, when I shook hands with Donald Trump, and I always will say this, and it's a proven fact, and I heard him, he told me, thank you for coming. And I shook that man's hand, and I got my picture taken with him. Make America great again. Back in the 1980s, like I said, this is going to be part 2 of this video. Part 2. Sorry about that. It's not going like that. It's just like this, part 2. The planet Earth was safe. Not a lot of people didn't agree with Ronald Reagan, but food, jobs, and money in a household. We got along. We worked. There was no background checks. We actually worked for a living. Us kids in the 1980s, we shoveled. We did landscaping, like mowing lawns, raking leaves, or even cutting down some, maybe like some bushes and stuff. We hustle. Yeah, we went riding our bikes, but at the same time, we would knock on other people's doors in the neighborhood that we knew. And we would just hustle. All that money that in the 1980s, we hustle real bad. You know how like in video games where people grind and all that? What we did, we grind and grind and grind. We hustle and hustle and hustle. It'd be like during the summer, we always had money in our pockets. It would be like we'll go to the ice cream truck. Some kids would be helping. Excuse me. Let me go drink something really quick. I'll be back. Sorry about that. I'm drinking some juice. There were kids who would help out with the ice cream truck driver. There would be somebody like downtown, be like, or at a park selling hot dogs, and there'll be another kid hustling, selling hot dogs with that person, making mad money. We would like hustle. That's all we did. We played and hustle. And we knew when the light comes on, we were inside the house. We did our chores. We watched TV. We even, like, at night, we didn't go back outside. We just stayed inside. Here's the fun thing that you guys don't know, that you guys don't even do this today. You guys would never do this today. When we were kids coming up, this is in the 80s, we would spend the night at other people's houses, at our friend's house, and we would stay inside. We would never go outside. We would watch like movies. That's it. We'll just watch movies, stay up late up at night. Just watch movies, horror movies, real scary horror movies. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, American Werewolf in London, Halloween, The Exodus, Salem Lot, Hellraiser, and zombie movies. Real scary movies, from Amityville Horror to the Bates Motel, Norman Bates. Excuse me, again, sorry. We actually had a child life, but we still hustled. We went out as kids. We delivering newspapers in the rain, sleep, and snow. All 4 seasons, we will just wrap up the newspaper and start delivering to the neighborhood. What else we did? Oh yeah, mowing lawns, snow removal. We'll clean off the snow off of people's cars. We did, we'll knock on the door and say, hey, this is when we had a lot of snow. I mean a lot. Like, we had so much snow, like in the 80s, it was a lot of snow. Like, we would start shoveling. We would start, probably at a normal, decent time. We'll start at, what, 9 o'clock? And we will put in a full day of shoveling. Like, a full day. From 9 o'clock in the morning till, like, what, 5 o'clock at night. And nighttime, that's when we stopped. Because we had cleaned off the cars. They would give us, like, a brush and just clean off their cars. And we'll make a pathway, clean off their walkway, off their porch, clean off their cars. We did all of that. And we, as kids, we made mad bank. And those will be our customers. And people really appreciate that a lot. Nowadays, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna find no teenager out there hustling, going around mowing lawns, shoveling snow for their neighbors and stuff. No, you ain't gonna find no teenagers out there gonna do all that, get up mad early in the morning and start hustling. Yeah, you got teenagers out there who do hustle. I give my hat to them. But the ones that work in the supermarket and stuff, yeah, I give my hats off to them. At least they're working. At least they're working. I know you guys will say, oh yeah, that's your generation and stuff. Well, because we hustle. We didn't sit at home waiting to find work. We went and found work in the 80s. We did what we had to do to survive. Our parents knew exactly where we were going. Like, you guys go out there on the show. Yeah. So, the people that took good care of us, they gave us money, and they hooked us up with hot chocolate. Oh yeah, here's some hot chocolate and stuff for being out there so cold and all that. You guys make sure you guys don't be outside too long, because it's going to get dark out soon. And sometimes we will even extend it to like 5:30 or 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, wow, you guys been out here that long? Like, yep, we started at 9. And like, even People in the neighborhood, they would tell us like, listen, after this, once you guys come back, and I know because they look out for their neighbors. Oh, go, hey, you're like, listen, you guys come back tomorrow. I'll tell my neighbor that, hey, would you like to have your car, the snow off removed from your car? And the neighbor would say, yeah, like, you know somebody? Like, yeah, I got these kids. They're coming by tomorrow. Come at this time. And they will, neighbors, the whole neighborhood, not just neighbors, but the whole neighborhood appreciate that kids are out there just hustling. It'll be like 5 kids, or if not 2 kids, 2 or 3 kids. The majority of the time, it'd be like the whole bunch of kids is going out there just working and working and working, hustling from 9 to like 6 o'clock at night, or even 5:30. Or sometimes they're like, hey, we got to go home. I'm like, yeah, all right, we'll finish up. And we'll finish up their job for them. And then the person that we did the work for, they're like, listen, where's the other kid? He's at home. He went home. And that person is like, listen, I'm going to put money for a site for him and his friends. And here's your cut. And here's your friend's cut. And that's when money was money. We had money, like I said, and 3 in the households. Food, money, and jobs. We had all 3 of that in the household in the 1980s. We don't get that today. We really don't. We don't have money, food, or jobs in the household. Food has gone way too expensive. You can't even go out to eat. You can't enjoy a decent meal and get, I know there's food taxes and stuff and everything else, but you're better off just going to a restaurant, look at the food, and memorize it in your head, and you can just mimic it at your house. Seriously, you're just better off just doing that than going out to eat. To the black community, why? I'm just trying to sum it up. I never heard any so many racism in this country of this year. And like, are you serious? In 1980, there was no looting. People worked hard for their stuff. People worked. We didn't have time to loot. In the 1980s, we all worked. Yes, there was no mass school shootings. There was no work shootings. There was no mass shootings ever. You could go. There was no movie theater shootings. There was no. There was no mass shootings. In the 1980s, we had fun. There was none of this wokeness, none of this BS stuff in the 80s. Now all of a sudden, it's like, fast forward, it's like, why? Society has gone downhill, and it's for the worst. And I do mean for the worst. I just don't understand, like, what happened? What happened? And I could probably answer my own question because of the parents. You parents did this. If you like teach your kids the right way of how to grow up in life and say, hey, this is what's going to happen in life. So you got to prepare your kids for the future. I remember me and my cousin, we all sat down, and my cousin said this, and we didn't know. We were just only um, teenagers, and she said they're coming for your kids, so you got to be very careful. And I was like, "Who's coming for our kids?" And she said, "The LGBTQ, whatever the alphabet people." I'm like, "Oh." We didn't know. We were just. This was in the '90s. She told us. She's like, "Listen, they're coming for your kids, the alphabet people." And I was like, "Oh." Phone went downhill. Sorry about that again. Um, I was like, "Oh," and she told us, "Get ready for a lot of things are gonna start changing." I remember when I was a kid, someone, um, this group of adults asked me what I think of the human race. And I was like, well, first of all, the world is going to change for the worse. And a lot of things are going to start changing here in the United States. The golden apple pie is going to be gone, which is, um, we're all going to be fighting amongst each other, and the world is not going to be how it is going to be in the 80s, in the 90s as well. The future is going to be really bad, and it's going to get worse in the future. And someone said, that is dark. The world is going to change. You guys might be here or might not be here, but it's the ones who are going to be here within 30 or 40 or 50 years from now will have this conversation again, but not right now. And they're like, wow, that's deep. That's some dark, deep conversation. So in a few minutes, I'm going to have to stop this video